Hi everyone, it's Sherry with Studio 28E, and I've had some requests to do a tutorial on how I coffee dyed some of my pages using a curtain. The curtain made a little flower pot and flower, and it was kind of cute. So the first thing I would do is I've got my coffee. I don't know how strong it is because it's left over from the other day, but I didn't want to throw it out. And I'm going to coat just one side of it with sponge brush. Now you're going to see little dots, and I think the dots are actually, they'll come off after it dries, but those are actually pieces of cinnamon, I believe. So I soaked this in the coffee, so it would, or actually wet it, so it would be ready, because it's already pretty well coffee dyed. So I lined it up where I wanted to line it up on the sheet of paper. I wanted the whole floral image on there. And then I took my brush and dabbed it in the coffee. This coffee doesn't seem to be too strong. But any dark spots you see are going to be cinnamon that have settled at the bottom. So I keep trying to stir that up. So I just keep dabbing it so it's all over and it gets pretty well soaked. And as I said, I wet it with water before because I haven't washed it yet. So it's pretty well got coffee in it. So then I take a second sheet and I lightly coat it with the coffee mixture. Don't rub too hard, you don't want it to start damaging your fibers. I think this is going to be fairly light. And then I flip it upside down, but as you can see by rubbing it, I've already got part of the image on the back side. So I probably shouldn't have rubbed it wet the first side on laying the page down, but it'll be alright. So take it and just press it. And then we have a third sheet, and I will coat it, off to the side so it doesn't get the floral image, any part of it on there. You could dip your papers in a pan if you like, but I don't know, this seems to work pretty well. You have the opportunity, you can dry it. I like to leave it on the counter with the towel underneath there for a while, and then I'll take it apart so the pages can dry. I take the brush. Rub it over the top of the paper. And take a third sheet, coat the top. Just like I said, the cinnamon will brush off, so we're not worried about that. Here my hubby come in. I told him what I was going to try to do, and he insists on banging the door. So, and then ask me what. Typical man. Flip it over, put it on this side, press it down, and take your brush and add another coat. Now you can add it as much as you want, but remember, the more you add, the worse, not the worse, the more it's going to take away from the paper as far as the strength or whatever. So at this point, I pick it up, paper and all, flip it over onto the towel, and you can see on here where it's picked up the colors from where I laid the curtain. I'm going to add a little more coffee to that. Put this one on top. Oops. Yeah. Now some you're going to get you won't get the full image, and others you will. And I'm going to wet this side first. I don't want too many sheets of paper on top, but we want a quick dry. So flip it over and put it on top of the paper that's already down. Take a little coffee, rub it over. And then just let it sit. And take the towel. Ow, got my hair caught in something up there. And I blot out some of the liquid. And then I'll leave it to set over on the side on a plastic tray or something, and leave that curtain inside there. And now I have another piece of curtain that has a floral border. And do the same thing with this. Wet one side. Really wish this was a little bit darker, but as I said, the cinnamon will brush off after, so we wouldn't worry about that. Maybe I'll just shake a little bit of instant coffee in there to darken it up. Well, it comes out. If it comes out. There. Mix it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. Rub it over the top. Put your curtain down. Try to get it so the flowers kind of centered. I think my brush is falling apart too, so I think that's what some of those marks are, but again, I wouldn't worry about it. And cover the whole sheet. Use a regular paintbrush. I think you can just soak your coffee, your fabric in your coffee if you want to, and then just lay it on top and get the same kind of effect. Now we're on to the second sheet. And since it's a nice day today and the sun's shining, I'm going to put these on my front step to dry. And we'll make a second video for the reveal and see how it came out. So, put this sheet down here, cover it up. I think I'm going to need a little more water. I guess I underestimated what was in that pan. Not even, oops. Yep, we just emptied the coffee jar. this curtain, we can take the curtain and fold it over. And you can fold it. I like to fold it so I get the even, pretty well even design. And just blotch it up here. Make sure your fabric stays flat. And I'm going to take one more. Cover it with coffee. Lay it over the top. Cover this side with coffee. And I'm going to fold my curtain one more time, and then I'm going to show you if the doilies out here. I'll show you one more. Fold it over so your design is kind of, as you can see, the edges of your paper. So kind of make sure it's centered. Excuse me. Take your paintbrush, dab it. There's no right or wrong way to do this, I don't believe. I just started messing with it, and this is how it came out. How many sheets of paper do I have here? Just 3, okay. So you can take and blot it. This side's a little more difficult. I don't think I'm going to blot it. I think I'm going to put it back on, because that piece towel won't wrap around. So I'm going to pick this up so you can see the cinnamon, and put this over here on the tray. In the meantime, I'm going to pick up the flower pot one, and I'm going to